crowdsource my edits. I can design the book myself. I can write it myself. I can publish with Lulu, CreateSpace, Smashwords, digital text platform. Why do I want to even submit my book to an agent or to Penguin when I can do it all myself?
That's a play answer.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the interesting things, and it's the hybrid environment we're in, which is, and it's the gatekeeping function, which is to say there are some moves which, when they're high cost or higher signal, and I'll use an analogy. On the Hill at Capitol Hill, one piece of written email from a constituent is predictive of about 2,000 votes in that district. If someone's found a piece of paper and written a pen. One piece of email, zero predictive value about constituents in the district because email is so easy to send. And so the thing that's lacking in the ecosystem that's currently being sketched out is the critical bottleneck, because most books don't appeal to most readers.
Right, but
so
I'm able to communicate directly with
what I'm going to say is, if you can fix the A&R problem, essentially the equivalent problem that the music industry has, then that's what you should do. That we're not in a moment. This is not going to be a short shift. So there are clearly two models going on, and no one's saying all books should go to publishers or all books should go to Lulu. But it gets back to this problem of finding an audience. If you can find an audience on your own, and this is what I was saying earlier about the platform, if you can find an audience on your own, there's a lot of virtue to the self-publishing model. Right? I don't think anybody up here would say, oh, but we must preserve the old industry in its old form.
But I think the bigger question is, what purpose do you serve in the future?
Well, the purpose anybody serves who's raising cost is also to raise signal.
Well, I mean, it's just a filter. I mean, it's just one of the record labels too.
Filtering is the single most important function on the internet today.
Yeah, and you guys don't need to be the filter anymore. And
No.
that's the problem.
But it's only a problem if this filter doesn't produce high signal, which is to say we're not moving from filter A to filter B. We're moving from filter A to filters A through Z. So the publishing industry retains the right to stay in existence if they produce high signal. And if they don't, they don't. But that's true of all media industries.
That makes sense. That's why you guys have been going away. Just want to let you know.
Before you dive into that, if you write a book that's a how-to book, that's very specific. Actually, this is going to If you write a how-to book, something very specific to everybody in this room, I mean, you could do it all yourself. You don't need us as intermediaries. But if there's something that, let's say you write a novel, you've written what you think is the great American novel, and you take care of everything from script to novel. Why should I believe you that that's a great American novel? Doesn't it need to be mediated? Okay, you can say maybe we're not, but we can have copyeditors that go into this. If somebody, there's an editor who said, you know what, this needs to be, it needs a couple more years, and it could be the great American novel. And then from there, you need somebody with authority on the internet, or authority in the print world. I mean, I imagine, for all people here who say that they've read books, I'm very curious to know what matters to them. Is it the New York Times that reviews book, or is it somebody on, Ain't It Cool News kind of book version? So we still have to find real authorities that can take your book and say this is a champion for book.
The authors that I read are the ones I trust to recommend articles.
I'm sorry, it's okay.
I'll buy an O'Reilly book, so I haven't seen. If O'Reilly's published a book, so that is exactly the kind of signal that works. Right? If I want to learn a programming language, I would buy an O'Reilly book without even reading a sandwich. And if published,
O'Reilly has built a brand.
Right.
It doesn't really have a brand.
no, that's right. That's right.
People go to the store and they look, what is the latest book from HarperCollins? And they want to buy it. They say, what's the latest book that I heard was a good book?
Right.
No one's saying anything different. Right? It's the difference between Universal and Motown. No one gets up in the morning and says, I want to listen to some Universal music. So I think everybody recognizes that brand and imprint mean something, or rather have to mean something for it to be anything other than we stood in the middle and took our piece.
I have to be bad cop because they're screaming at me back there. With their eyeballs. So really want to say on behalf of these guys and to thank you for starting this dialogue, because they're here to learn. I'm sorry to cut off the last two guys, but come drink with us. I hate cutting